Today we are building a garden bed to decorate my side door entry. I built this all on my own in just a couple hours using some 2x6 lumber. This is a quick and easy project, great for just one person, and can be adapted to any width or length. So let's get started. When I make a lumber project, I like to design it with as few cuts as possible. So I picked up 8 of these 8-foot 2x6 treated pine boards, and I'll leave the link for those down below. And what I'm going to do is use 3 full pieces for both the front and the back, so I don't have to cut those at all. And then for the sides, I'm just going to cut this 2x6 into thirds. This means I only have 4 cuts to do total, 2 on either side, which is great because I really don't like using the saw. It also leaves me with 0 scrap, so bonus points for it being environmentally friendly. Wood is of course a very adaptable material, so you can size this however you want for your garden bed. I would keep in mind if you're doing this on your own though, that the larger the board from the store, the harder it's going to be to maneuver around. I find 8 feet is a great size and weight for me to do what I need with it. Next, we are moving on to staining, and I am using Early American by Minwax. I'm going to be applying 2 coats about an hour apart with this neat little staining pad. One thing to note here is that I am applying this stain and I'm also using treated wood, and this treated wood has a chemical that's going to prevent rot and going to hopefully make this garden bed last closer to 10 years as opposed to 3 years for untreated wood. But the issue here is that these chemicals will leach into the soil. And this isn't a bad thing if you're only going to be planting flowers, which is what I plan to use this garden bed for. But if you are going to be growing vegetables or anything you want to eat, you want to make sure that you are not getting treated wood, and you probably do not want to be using stain either. So just be aware of that. Alright, we are almost done. I told you this was quick and easy. I decided to attach everything together with a variety of brackets. So I used corner brackets in the corner and then flat brackets for each of the sides and the front. And I chose to use brackets to avoid screw heads on the front or the side faces of these boards. I really wanted a clean look. This is not going to be the strongest, most durable, rugged attachment ever, but let's be honest, once these things are in place, they are not really going anywhere. And over time, if in a couple of years anything is failing or drooping, I can always add a screw then to straighten things back up. I built each of the 3 layers individually with the corner brackets first, and then I used the flat brackets to join all the layers together into one. I spread the flat brackets across the gap between each layer, and I put 2 on either side on the long edges, and then just 1 pair instead of 1 on the short edges. And at times, it took a bit of planning and muscle to wrestle this thing around. When wood is treated, it's really soaked and bogged down by this chemical, so it gets pretty heavy. But you know what? I'm strong and I got her done. And now we are fully assembled. Here is one last look at the internal hardware holding everything together. Let's get this garden bed in place and start filling it with dirt. Ta-da! After 2 tractor buckets full of dirt, we have the final result. You'll have to imagine the flowers for now though, because it's winter. I'm so excited to fill this once the cold weather breaks, so let me know what I should be planting down below. I applied some weed barrier fabric underneath of the garden bed and then covered it with mulch. I also created a trim around the whole area with some retaining wall stones. This area on the left, I plan to buy a flower pot to accent the door, so I'm excited for that. I did also ensure that the garden bed is pushed several inches away from the house. This is for good drainage and also to keep my bricks and foundation dry. I'm super excited about how this turned out, and I'm definitely planning to make more of these for the rest of the landscaping around my house. I'm hoping with this whole weed barrier and garden bed system, I'm going to have a much cleaner, simplified look, and it's going to be easier for me to stay on top of the weeds that come up, plus I'll be saving my back and knees. If you saw anything you thought I should have done differently, please let me know in the comments down below. I'm always open to improvement. Other than that, thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.